everyone. It's Sunday, May the 11th, 2025. I'm Doug. It's time once again to play some Wordle. Our good friend Jerry Sagatsky, 870, writes in, April showers bring May flowers. They certainly do. How about rainy for April? And if not that, daisy for May. Well, it is May. I do appreciate a couple different good suggestions for different months. Apologies that we missed rainy from you in April, but we're going to go ahead and make it up to you and try daisy to start today's puzzle. Whoops, there we go, for May. So here we go with daisy. Let's find out where we go today, starting with daisy. Oh, my goodness. Your heart skips a beat when you see that first letter light up in green. The letter D, in fact, does light up in position. Nothing else lights up, but that's quite all right. Always a good start when you immediately see green from the get-go. And a great position, too. Think about it. We've already ruled out 2 of the 5 classic vowels and the Y and the S. So actually, when you think about it, it's a pretty successful start for us. So we're looking for 5-letter words that start with D. Do I want to go to, one could say that what I'm about to propose is very reckless and silly, but hear me out before you pass judgment. There are only 3 classic vowels left. I could technically eliminate or evaluate, I should say, 2 of them and the letter N, a fantastic consonant. The downside, I'd have to use a letter Z. That's right, dozen is potentially a play we could take here. Again, very unconventional. I don't think you see a lot of people going with words with the letter Z in the second spot. But again, I mean, hear me out on this one. We'd only have the letter U in terms of vowels untested here. So we're almost certain to get some good information out of this. And you know what? Look, at the end of the day, you never know. The answer might be the word dozen. So I'm going to take a very unconventional move here and go with dozen. Of course, it's Sunday. What we like to do is, if it's in fact the answer, we all do the catchphrase together. You've been around for more than a few days. I think you probably know what that is. Let's have some fun here today. Is the answer to today's puzzle the word dozen? The O lights up, and I'm like, and then the Z. But you know what? No regrets whatsoever. Look at this board we found ourselves with. The letter D, the letter O, the letter E, all in position. Only that letter C and the N are grayed out. So I have to assume we're in a very good spot here. But let's take a close look here at where we stand. We have to, I think we want to look at is what makes sense here in the third spot, because nothing immediately comes to my mind. So let's just do a quick look through here. I was going to say dopey, but we tested the Y, so that wouldn't be it. Let's see here. I guess, okay, I'm down in the last column here. Okay, so now I'm a little bit mildly confused here. I see 2 possibilities. I guess dowel, D-O-W-E-L, could be a possibility. I don't think domed is a possibility here. D-O-M-E-D, I don't think that would work. I don't recall adjectives being, I can't remember. I know plurals are not going to be in the Wordle word list, but I don't recall if adjectives are possible. But I see dowel and domed. I think that we can probably safely assume, I think we can rule out the U out of turn. I don't think there's going to be a double of either O or E. Like past tense, doled. So I wonder about that second D. So I see domed, doled. I wonder about that. But it's, we only have 4 guesses. It sounds like a lot, but I think we're clearly looking for 2 consonants. potentially a second D, right? Doted, domed, doled. Do I want to test that early before I go to something like dowel? Maybe doled at least tests the L in dowel. Might be a well-advised move here. Because if we do have the D at the end, I want to know that as quickly as possible, right? And if it's not there, then in theory, we have a much smaller pool of possibilities, and maybe I just haven't seen one of them yet. So I think testing doled for, again, to which would eventually hit dowel with the L in the yellow, or the D at the end, is the appropriate move here. So we're going to go with that. Here we go all together. Ladies and gentlemen, is the answer to today's puzzle the word doled? No, it's not, but look at that. There's that L in yellow. There it is. And again, I don't think that I am missing anything here. I don't know any word that is D-O-blank-E-L other than dowel. So I think my instinct was correct, but to be on the safe side, if there was something where, again, there was that double, that second letter D at the end, I didn't want to wait until later in the puzzle with less possibilities to test the middle. So I think that this was the safe play. Nonetheless, I think we can close this one out pretty confident. So all together now, wherever you are on this lovely Sunday, let's do it together. Is the answer to today's puzzle the word dowel? Yes, it is. That was one of my finer ones. All right. Well, fun little puzzle. Made us do a little strategic thinking there, but we got there in 4, so good deal. Thank you so much, Jerry, for that suggestion. I appreciate that. Appreciate everyone for watching each and every day. Let me know in the comments how you did. We love the conversation in there. Again, always looking for those starting words, so keep them coming. I appreciate that, too. Tomorrow is Monday, and we're going to get into maybe some real estate conversation because we're going to start with the word condo, C-O-N-D-O, short, of course, for condominium. Well, folks, you don't have to live here. You just have to come by for a few minutes a day. Please consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. I will see you tomorrow for some more Wordle.